This morning on Today at Work, showing a different side of yourself at the office. Whether you act like a goddess or an Amazon, role-playing could be the key to greater office success. And Lisa Robyn is the author of a book called The Corporate Dominatrix, 6 roles to play to get your way at work. Lisa, good morning.
Good
Welcome.
morning. I'm so glad to be here.
So this is interesting. You write that many of us automatically sort of fall into role-playing around the office without even realizing it. And it has a lot to do with the way people perceive us. So I guess the question is, how do we use that role-playing to get ahead?
Well, I think that there's a delicate balance between dominance and submission to authority in the workplace. And what I'm suggesting is that for women to be successful, they need to be switchable. They need to know when to be firm and direct, and they need to know when to be flexible and compliant. So what I talk about in the book are 6 distinct mistress archetypes. And these archetypes have particular types of power, and you utilize those types to your advantage. So you customize your reaction to particular situations.
Okay, and you're going to walk us through, I think, the 4 most common roles that women play. And let's start with the more dominating roles, the queen and the Amazon. Describe the basic characteristics of the queen.
Okay, the queen is an empire builder. She uses position power. She uses, if you look at corporate as kind of a board game, she uses her position in the corporate hierarchy. So, I mean, an example of a queen would be Martha Stewart. And if you would call on the queen if you want to hold court, if you're networking.
Okay, what about the Amazon?
The Amazon is a warrior combatant. She's battle ready all the time. And if you're going up against a competitor, you would call on the Amazon.
Okay, these are obviously very confident women, typically leaders in
highly dominant types
in a work setting. But what do they need to watch out for?
Well, I think the queen needs to rule with a velvet glove, not an iron fist. She needs to be benevolent, not malevolent. And the Amazon needs to only wage war when diplomacy fails. I mean, you don't go after someone with a bomb when a BB gun is fired.
Right. Okay, talk to us about 2 of the less dominating personalities you often see, the goddess and the schoolgirl.
The goddess is the high priestess. She's very zen. She's very inner directed. And if someone is trying to get a rise out of you or being provocative, you would call on the goddess. Very centered, unflappable.
I want to be
sort
the
of
goddess. I don't think
dominant.
I am, but I want to be the goddess.
Everyone aspires to be a goddess,
Okay,
absolutely.
what about the schoolgirl?
The schoolgirl is imperceptibly dominant or somewhat submissive. And when we're first entering the workforce, it's a role that I think most women are comfortable with because they're apprentices, they're students, they're learning, they're sort of absorbing everything around them. But it's a role that's less easy as you move up the corporate ladder.
Because you can be too submissive.
Because you could be too submissive.
Not assertive enough.
And right. You could get stuck in that role and not really expose yourself to other opportunities.
Okay, so I'm guessing the trick here is to be a bit of an actress, incorporate the certain qualities of the different roles into your life depending, at the workplace, depending on what your goals are, right?
Right. I mean, there are 3 distinct stages. There's determining your defining role. How do you define yourself? You look at the set of characteristics for each type and you define yourself, either your primary or secondary role. Then there's role taking, customizing the role to the particular situation, and then role playing, interacting with other people. So yes, you have to be a bit of an actress.
Well, Lisa, you definitely have a unique take on all this. Lisa Robyn, and I love the book's title, Corporate Dominatrix. Very powerful. Good to have you here.
Thank you so much.
And to read an excerpt from Corporate Dominatrix, log on to our website, todayshow.com.